Passé composé, people say it's a very complicated tense. I don't agree. The most complicated tense in French is the present tense. There are so many irregular verbs, difficult to find out the changes of the root for some verbs. You have to mug up each time. If you take the passé composé, there are certain rules that if you follow, the tense becomes very easy. It is a tense that indicates an action in the past, among many other tenses, but this one is quite often used, more than most. This one is used for an action which is accomplished, finished. There is a start and there is an end. The name itself explains that it is composed, passé, composé. So you have to compose it. So there is a subject, there is an auxiliary verb, and there is a past participle. When you say je mange, I eat or I am eating, and you want to say I have eaten, change it to past tense. J'ai mangé. So you have the sound j'ai, and then you have the sound manger. So je mange becomes j'ai mangé. So first of all, you have to find out the past participle of the verb. All the first group verbs, without any exception, you chop out the R from the infinitive and you put accent aigu. Travailler, se réveiller, etc., etc. No exception. Even aller, which is an exception in present tense, in passé composé, the past participle is a regular formation. Let's take the verb manger, first group. M-A-N-G-E-R, you remove the R and you put an accent. It is the same pronunciation, manger. And then for this verb, you choose the verb avoir as an auxiliary verb. In French, it's called auxiliaire avoir. J'ai, tu as, il a, elle a, nous avons, vous avez, ils ont, elles ont. To this, you add manger, 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 manger without changing manger. J'ai mangé, tu as mangé, il a mangé, nous avons mangé, vous avez mangé, ils ont mangé, elles ont mangé. For the second group verbs, you chop off the R. Like finir, for instance, it becomes fini, F-I-N-I. R is removed. Choisir, same thing. Choisi, obéi, applaudi, jauni, rougi, etc. Third group verbs, you have to learn individually. Prendre, pris, P-R-I-S. Venir is venu, V-E-N-U. Voir is vu, V-U. I'll give you a small list of the most commonly used verbs. The rest, all the best. There are some verbs for which you cannot use avoir, but it is where it is similar to Hindi. I will explain. Verbs of movement and the pronominal verbs and a few more which are conjugated with être in passé composé. So you have to learn the conjugation of être in present tense. I'm sure you know it already. Je suis, tu es, il est, elle est, nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont, elles sont. And then you add the past participle for all this, but be careful. If the subject is feminine, extra E. Parti, P-A-R-T-I, is the past participle. But if the subject je is feminine, please don't forget to put a E. Je suis parti, P-A-R-T-I-E. Same for tu es parti, masculine I, feminine extra E. Il est parti, il is always masculine, so no E. Elle est partie, extra E. Nous sommes partis can be masculine plural or feminine plural. So IS or IES. Vous êtes parti. Vous is the joker. So vous can be one person, masculine or feminine. Vous can also be many people, masculine and feminine. So party can take TI, TIE, TIS, TIES. An example for a pronominal verb, je me suis promené, E accent, if the je is feminine extra E. Tu t'es promené, T apostrophe ES. Il s'est promené, elle s'est promenée, nous sommes promenés. Vous vous êtes promenés, ils se sont promenés, elles se sont promenées. Now, the negatives. This is where people make mistakes. J'ai mangé, careful. J'ai ne mangé pas, wrong. Put the ne of the negative immediately after je. Je n'ai pas, an apostrophe, because A starts with a vowel. Je n'ai, and then pas after the auxiliary verb, and then manger. Je n'ai pas mangé, tu n'as pas mangé, il n'a pas mangé, nous n'avons pas mangé, vous n'avez pas mangé, ils n'ont pas mangé. For the pronominal verbs, like se lever, je ne me suis pas levé. Je ne me suis pas levé à 6 heures. Tu ne t'es pas levé, il ne s'est pas levé, elle ne s'est pas levée, the accent I. Nous ne nous sommes pas levés, vous ne vous êtes pas levés, ils ne se sont pas levés, elles ne se sont pas levées. Well, it can sound a little dragging, but the more you hear it, the easier it will stay inside the mind. A lot of people think that this choice of être, avoir, extra E, extra S, complicated. Maybe if you are a Hindi phone, well, believe me, I discovered it. These rules exist in Hindi and you don't know. I was wondering for a long time, maine khaya. If a man says it, khaya, ah sound. If the girl says it, maine khaya, ah sound. But when Hindi people say I went, masculine main gaya, feminine main gayi. So I was wondering, when does it change? When does it not change? Plus there is that extra ne, maine khaya. When do we use this ne? For which verb? Main gaya, it's not there. Then I discovered it's exactly like in French. So I believe all these rules went from India to Europe through Latin, and then I heard somewhere in the 16th century, maybe if I'm not wrong, it entered the French language. So this ne, maine khaya, maine piya, whenever you use ne in Hindi, you use avoir in French. Whenever you don't use ne, main gaya, main aaya, then it is être. And in être, there is a masculine, there is a feminine in the past participle, and in Hindi also. Oh, don't act as if it is too difficult.